Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport here on a Feel Good Friday. Barnes, Tony, and Layson Gibertelli.
Good to be
What's going
here.
on, brother?
What's up, Brian? How are you?
Pretty good. Can't complain. Yankees 5 in a row. Ohio State, Texas tomorrow.
Big game.
Literally heading to the airport after this. So let's go.
Sick, dude.
Let's go.
Like, right? When's your flight?
It's at like 3 o'clock. But I'm going home first. My buddy's meeting me there, and then you got to park the car and all that shit. And I'm thinking there's gonna be a lot of traffic today, Labor Day weekend. So
dude.
Yeah, for sure. You going to Texas?
Ohio.
Ohio.
Yeah.
From Ohio.
Never been to Ohio.
Neither have I.
I'm trying to think. Actually,
I've been to Ohio. Actually,
I've been to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Actually.
Oh, really? How's that?
That was great, and it's funny because me, obviously, me with baseball and stuff. But I actually liked it far better than the Baseball Hall of Fame. And have you been there, Tony?
I've never been to Cooperstown.
And it was a while ago, but it just, I don't know. And I know I keep going back to this word, but I just feel like there wasn't the juice that I was expecting. Football was more like interactive. But then again, this was literally, I would say 15 years ago or even 20 years ago for the Baseball Hall of Fame, while the football was more like 12 years ago. So I don't know how they are now, but you know what I mean? There were just more like games to do and like, I don't know.
So
baseball was more just like
or whatever.
plaques. It's like with the bobblehead. Like, what am I gonna do? Stare at it?
Yeah, no, that is tough, dude. I mean, I've been in the Hockey Hall of Fame in Toronto. I bet that was awesome, great, dude. That again, talk about interactive. Like, also, I mean, you walk in, there's you got Rangers jerseys from the 30s. Like it's obviously they have memorabilia great, and then it's like, like there's a thing you can like be a goalie, like, or you can shoot the puck in the net, dude. Like, there's a lot of cool interactive stuff. So it's like, again, I haven't been to NFL or Cooperstown, so I would like to though. But again, I mean, you do want to make it more of an interactive experience. What do the NFL have? Do they have like kick a field goal or what?
Yes. Well,
actually,
no way.
So, but the thing is, no. So it wasn't in there, but you got to go on the field. So I kicked the field goal on the field, like they have the preseason. I don't remember. Maybe.
Brian nailed it from 40 yards.
Yeah, dude. 77.
I don't know if you ever did this, Jay, but back in the day, I don't know if they still have it, but I've been to like 2 Jets games the past like decade, but they always had like a blow up like fan fest where you kick field goals, and that I made, but it was like the 19-yard extra point.
Yeah. They had those at like the grandstand in front of like MetLife or what was Giant Stadium? Back then.
Yeah. That I guess actually originally, that was at the old stadium. So that was
the old stadium.
A while back. Have you been to like a big time college football game before?
Never, dude. Oh wait, I went to Ole Miss, Georgia.
Where?
At Ole Miss.
Well, that must have been crazy.
It was wild, dude.
Yeah.
It's such a crazy atmosphere.
You must have been hammered.
Yes. The tailgating is like top tier, Brian. Like, my buddy was in a fraternity, so they had like their own little section, kegs on ready to go.
Get
like,
hammered.
Yes, exactly. So is that what you're doing? Are you going to go do the whole tailgate experience?
I've never been there. I'm down for whatever. My buddy Mark is a diehard Ohio State fan. He's been there before, so I'm just leaving it all to him.
Nice.
But the hotel we're staying at, you could walk. Maybe to take a half hour to stay in. But like with the traffic and stuff, it's pretty. You're better off walking anyway. Get hammered. Yes, Tony.
Did he go to Ohio State, or is he just a fan?
So actually, how it happened was his dad went to Dayton, which I guess is nearby.
Ohio.
And it's like here with Shoe. Like, is anybody paying attention to football? No.
Not really.
Ohio State right nearby. So he got into it there, and then he just followed suit.
This Saturday at 2 p.m., dude. Stonehill, Sacred Heart. Let's go.
Watch out. Watch out. Get hammered.
Get hammered, dude, is right.
Get hammered. But, so I'm pumped up for it. And
you're going to have a great time.
Yeah.
It's going to be fucking sick.
Dude, I can't wait to hear it. And I'm excited to see the pictures.
Yeah. No,
yes,
I mean, it's going to be nuts. And especially after a national championship. I'm imagining there's some, banner or rings or whatever. Plus, it's Lee Corso for game day, his last game day. So I haven't even thought about that, but I think and it ends right before the game starts. But I'm thinking we got to get there early. Go to that for a little bit.
Yeah, at least watch him.
He's hammered.
What's your pick? What's a pick? You got a pick?
I was gonna do that at the end, but I guess we could just talk about
We'll do it.
No, you again, dude.
So it's like, we'll do that.
I don't want to get ahead of ourselves here. Sorry.
You think we could ever change Tony's mind? Or I always told him he just needs to be in the environment.
Yeah.
He just because he
Go
hasn't
with
been
the
there, and also he doesn't acknowledge this necessarily, but I think it's just because of the dullness of the Sacred Heart sports that he thinks that's all what it's like. And it's like you don't have to go to the school to appreciate the atmosphere.
Yeah, exactly.
I went to Eastern. I mean, you want to talk about beat for athletics?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I didn't enjoy one game. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's not. I mean, I can enjoy the game, watching it, being there, the atmosphere, tailgate. I can get into that, but I don't know. To follow college football for me, it just seems like too much. Like you look at the scores. I'm sure there was like 100 scores to look at to find noisy shit. Like,
you follow a couple games.
You follow a couple games. Right. You follow a couple teams. You follow the big storylines. Like,
and Jay, you know what it is too, and I'm sure it's the same way for you. Like, actually, first of all, do you have a college?
I don't have a college football team,
but mostly, are you watching because you have a bet, or do you actually just enjoy bet?
I just enjoy football, dude. Okay. Like last night I was just watching Nebraska versus
Cornhuskers
Cincinnati.
Who won that one?
Nebraska. In a nail biter, dude. Cincinnati was driving with 2 minutes left.
Wow.
Interception on the 30-yard line.
Love that.
Wow.
Game over. Dylan Raiola. He's the Patrick Mahomes wannabe.
Well, and he also is the brother of the former Lions center. I forgot what his first name. Maybe Dominic
something.
Raiola. Yeah, he was an all-pro center.
Really?
Went to Nebraska as well. But yeah, I'm really pumped, and I'm sure tonight too. The atmosphere should be good. I think we're landing a little after 5.
Oh. Hit the bars.
Yeah, I mean, gotta do something. Gotta do something.
Gotta do something. Sure. Yeah, sure.
The beer in the bat.
But I did see we have a couple comments. We want to just start there real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Real quick.
Brian Barnaby with the alphabetical question mark exclamation point with the question mark. Yankees first in the title, dude. I mean, they won. Like, I was trying to help you guys out,
right? And sure, I was poking fun a little bit, but you just did say, oh, you just go alphabetical all the time. So
I typically
that's the only
do.
reason I brought it up.
Okay. Well, then which is fair. But I was trying to appease the crowd, the Ernies of the crowd, the Josh B's who are like, yo, who is this guy? But I'll go back to alphabetical. That's it. From now on, strictly alphabetical. All right.
Strictly facetious.
Strictly facetious. Josh B says, yo, what up, fam? And he says, Hamid with the laughing emoji. And then speaking of the great Erndini, he's in here with the year.
There he is, dude.
The year.
The
year.
But I guess that.
And he also says, about time we get a solid headline, he says.
There we go.
We
don't usually do this, but it was big yesterday, and I know Jay loves talking about it. So we'll just take a little trip here first to the world of the National Football League.
This kid is special, man. This think to do that.
Gonna run for it. He got it, and there he goes. Oh, the play of the year in the NFL. Throws intercepted by Surtain. Nobody's gonna catch him. Jones through the end zone. Touchdown.
Quincy Williams leveling Murray.
There he goes. Jamar Chase. Touchdown Bengals. Stafford. Williams. What a hit by Budda Baker. Budda Baker just saved the touchdown.
Awesome.
Yo, great intro, Danny.
Shout out to Danny.
Yeah.
Great job. That was a surprise to me. First time seeing it.
Yeah, me too.
That was great. That was absolutely great. But obviously, the shock waves sent through the National Football League yesterday. Micah, but Michael, as Jerry says, was traded from the Cowboys to the Packers, 2 first-round draft picks, as well as Kenny Clark, the 3-time Pro Bowl defensive tackle. Micah cashing in 4 years, $188 million, $120 million fully guaranteed at signing, and $136 million in total guarantees making him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. And also Parsons saying, and I don't know if this is facetious, Tony, but he says, I never wanted this chapter to end, but not everything was in my control. My heart has always been here, and it still is through it all. I never made any demands. I never asked for anything more than fairness. I'm the only person I trust to negotiate my contract, be part of the process.
Interesting. I mean,
it's very interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if all of that is true. I mean, never demanding anything. I mean, we don't know what happens behind closed doors. The whole thing with the agent, and then obviously with Jerry.
Yeah.
But I mean, I still think you have to lean on the fact that, Micah Parsons was, he was a Cowboys fan. Was he not growing up? I'm pretty sure he had said before. This is Matthew Ryan, dude. Which he's not even going to be talking football.
Yeah.
But yeah, he grew up. He's a Pennsylvania guy. He went to Penn State, whatever. But didn't he always talk about like growing up, liking the Cowboys, wanting to play for the Cowboys? Like,
yeah,
I don't know, dude. I mean,
I'm
pretty sure he did, dude.
I never followed.
And it is kind of a shame, I guess, to see him, obviously have that kind of letter to the fans and whatnot. And if that is the case where he did not want to leave, and obviously good for the Packers now, but I don't know, dude. I mean, it kind of seems like a lot of people are pissed off at Jerry Jones about this, dude. Like a lot of Cowboys fans specifically in how this was handled, how Parsons was handled. Obviously the theatrics that Jerry always puts on with signing anybody, it seems. And then finally kind of seems like that kind of maybe came to bite him a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many layers here.
A million layers.
I think the first, as a parallel, like we think that Brian Cashman has been in this post way too long. I mean, how about Jerry Jones?
Oh, forever.
And we talk about Cashman being in the organization for 30 years. How about not winning anything, not going to a Super Bowl for 30 years after you were the king of the NFL, and you don't try anything different and you make it all about you. And I think that's an example of what happened here. But I do think there is a part of this where it kind of works for both teams. And in hindsight, it might be a good move. But we could get more into that. But just kind of curious what you guys think. I mean, do you see it at all as a win-win? Or do you think this is just like Packers, let's gear up for the Super Bowl? I mean, what do you guys think?
I think you can go first.
I think it's more of like a Jerry Jones, man. I think he's
it's about him.
It's all about him.
Yeah.
He's running the Cowboys like a business more than a football team.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like making calculated moves, and it's like really funny how it all lines up with like the release of his Netflix,
the documentary,
Netflix documentary.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tony. But yeah, I think that Michael Parsons is going to do really well in Green Bay. I think he's going to really tear it up in the NFC East.
No, the NFC North.
Yes. No, yeah, I do agree with Jay right there. I mean, obviously, and I'm sure Ernie here is pretty hyped as well, saying "Go Pack, effing go, baby!"
Huge move. It's almost un-Packer-like too. You don't usually see him go for it, big contract like this.
Yeah, which is pretty wild. I mean, obviously it's great, and I mean, obviously Parsons here, who's 27, 26.
He is 26.
26, right? I mean, like he's obviously established talent, but still in his prime. I mean, the Packers 2 seasons ago were the youngest team in the NFL, so I mean, I think it's great that they kind of have that guy who's going to be there long term as well as like a lot of other players too. So I mean, I think it really worked out for the Packers. I mean, I don't know, dude. It seems like if Jerry Jones thinks that a couple of first rounders and whatever veteran Kenny Clark is going to replace Parsons, I mean, I don't know, dude. I mean, obviously, I guess first rounders are always good, but I mean,
where are they going to be?
Who are they going to be? Exactly. What are they going to develop into?
And where are they going to be in the draft? Because the Packers are expected to be good.
Oh, right. Exactly. Yeah, very true. So it's like, I mean, I don't know, dude. It just seems like that it's not a win at all for Dallas. But I don't know. I mean, you seem to think different, Brian, right? Your hindsight over there?
I think there's multiple layers. I think it makes so much sense for the Packers because, I mean, they're competitive year in and year out. And a lot of times the defense hasn't gotten that stop. So you get Parsons, 52.5 sacks over his first 4 years. I mean, that's tremendous production. 12 in only 13 games last year. So you think about that for the Packers. Makes a lot of sense. And I was saying, he could potentially win, the defensive player of the year. I think he's going to be highly motivated.
Oh, yeah.
Be pumped and, had grown frustrated with the ineptitude of the Dallas Cowboys, despite some regular season success, albeit not last year. But I just think on the other side of things for Dallas, mean, you got a lot of big contracts. I mean, $188 million, $120 million guaranteed for a non-quarterback, record setting.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's a contract that you don't have to pay. And a lot of references is bad. And I hadn't, kept a close eye on this. Obviously, I watch all the games, but, I'm not a Cowboys fan, so I'm not like paying attention. Right. Especially, I'm always watching. Let's be real. I mean, I think a lot of us do this too. I always, watch a game from an offensive perspective, not so much a defensive perspective. So, of course, the guy makes a play, you notice it. But all the big games that they cited, they were talking about this on the Fan this morning. Nothing. He didn't show up. I mean, the last actually playoff game against the Packers where they got blown out, didn't do anything. So I guess that's happened a lot. So there's been a lot of talk of a lot of this production against inferior opponents. And then the fact that you get those 2 first rounders, plus you have your own 2 first rounders, so 4 first rounders over the next 2 years. So you have a chance to draft well and have impact players. So if you did get 2 impact players, Kenny Clark maybe has a little renaissance. I know last year was a down year. I think he had 7.5 sacks back in 23. That's something to look at. So, the cap is always tough, and I know there's all these ways around it. So, I do think there's a potential chance that it ends up working out, and whether that's the Cowboys use the picks to trade for somebody or trade up in the draft to get somebody, then it makes sense. So it just matters what happens with those 2 picks. Some people complaining about, it's not enough because Clark's a declining asset, and then you're end of the first round with those 2 picks. But I think the tough part is, I mean, how much are you going to get for a non-quarterback, and then you have to give him a record-setting contract? So I don't know if I don't know if it's really like a ripoff. I mean, what do you guys think about the compensation here for the Cowboys?
Not good. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, right?
I mean, if it's a quarterback, I could see you want more, but the fact that you have to give 188 and then the picks, like, I feel like that's, I don't know, it seems kind of fair. I mean, Clark is a starter, regardless of, maybe, you didn't like his tape last year.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's kind of what I was saying. I mean, it does seem like a fair deal. But I mean, I don't know, man. It just doesn't seem like the right deal, if that makes sense. It just seems like that Parsons should have stayed. Like, they should have figured it out.
Well, that's the thing that
everyone keeps comparing him to Luka.
Yeah.
And how he was like this young star they brought in and had him for years, and they're shipping him off.
Well, the thing is, you knew he was a star, so you could have got this deal done 2 years ago. Right. And I guess the snag was everyone saying Jerry's like, handshake agreement, March, highest paid non-quarterback. But I guess Parsons was intent on waiting for Watt, and there was one other player, I forget who, that were signing new contracts so he could be the highest paid defensive player after them. So I guess that was part of it. So a little hardball on both ends. But then also, too, I mean, you have all the power as the Cowboys. You have the asset here to trade him to the Packers of all teams. Like, why wouldn't you trade him to an AFC opponent? Why would you trade him to a team you're going to see week 4? And it just feels like a team in your own conference is gaining something that might help them get back to the Super Bowl when you haven't been to one in over 30 years.
Do you think that was like maybe like a Jerry Jones ego thing? Like it doesn't matter, dude. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
We're a better team.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Which I don't think so. I think Dallas is going to be pretty bad this year.
So that's an interesting thing I wanted to talk about. I was kind of, I don't know if I would say on an island, but one thing that I thought was just ridiculous is a lot of people in the TCA chat yesterday, and I kind of, again, me and Hot Take Johnny, having a friendly discussion. He's always a big homer for his team, no surprise there. But he was trying to say that the Giants are going to have a better record than the Cowboys next year. And listen, I'm not saying the Cowboys are a 10 or 11 win team, but I feel like the Giants, I mean, with that schedule, with Russell Wilson starting some of these games, I mean, what are they, a 4 or 5 win team? So you're telling me that Dallas isn't going to win 7 or 8 games at least? I just thought that was ridiculous. I mean, listen, Giants have some pieces. They're finally moving in the right direction, but this year is not the year that they compete. I think Dallas, I mean, when you have Dak, CeeDee Lamb, and George Pickens, I mean, you have a chance to at least win 9-10 games.
True. I forgot they had George Pickens.
Yeah.
I thought it was only like a CeeDee Lamb show down there.
I mean,
it kind of is.
Yeah, he makes it.
No?
But I mean, right? I mean, I don't know. The Giants, like you're excited about Neighbors, you're excited about Dart.
I am excited about
Abdul Carter, but it's not this year. I think the toughest schedule in the NFL. I just don't see how they're going to win more than 5 or 6 games.
You know what? I think it's sad that Jameis Winston's kind of just sitting on a shelf over there and on the Giants. You know, I think you should come over to the Jets.
I mean, they're talking a lot about like how they're going to probably trade him, use him for trade value.
Go to the Jets.
But also, I mean, like, I've heard like nothing but great things about him in the locker room. Like,
oh no, he's a great locker room
everyone
presence.
Kind of loves him. So,
and he got LASIK surgery, so he can see now.
But you know what? The thing
That's
though,
good.
I would say I'm a fan of Jameis Winston, and I've always been one of those guys. You know, let's put him on a loaded offense, go to work. You think back to the Florida State days, the Heisman, all of that. But I have to say, he does remind me, though, of a better version of Zach Wilson. And a way better version.
Yeah.
It's like he's been in the league a while. We say, oh, no, he's pretty good. But then how many times do we need to see him throw pick sixes?
Oh,
you know what I mean? So it's like, how good of a quarterback is he really? Is he a decent backup? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Is he maybe better than Russell Wilson? Maybe, but those interceptions are killers. That's the only thing.
I just like to think about Jameis Winston when he had that Jerry Jeudy game in Cleveland.
That was awesome against Pittsburgh.
Yes, against Pittsburgh.
Against Russell Wilson.
Yes. It was great.
But what's the deal, Jay? Because I know you're like the Jet insider over here.
Oh, wait.
The Jet insider. I didn't go to practice.
What's the deal with Tyrod? Is he? Because I know he's hurt, or is he still hurt?
When they released the final 53-man roster, and he is the backup quarterback.
Okay. Are they having 2 or 3 quarterbacks?
They have 3. I think I forget the other guy's name.
Oh, is it one of those younger guys like Cork or something?
No, because they got rid of Adrian Martinez.
Okay. Martinez was not good. We saw him in practice.
Yeah.
And then Cook was the other guy, I think.
Yeah, he was good. I liked him.
I said you would like him because you want to say let him cook, is what I said.
Yes, I
Not
did.
Connor Cook.
No, it's like
some young
Brandon,
freshman, a rookie.
So this is just an undrafted
Braden
guy?
Cook. Yeah, something like that.
He's a rookie out of Mizzou, maybe.
Mizzou. Oh, yes, I do remember him.
Yeah, I fucking know football now.
Rasta.
Watch out, dude. He was throwing fucking meatballs at practice. I mean, it was rainy, whatever, dude. But
but I don't know. I know it's like kind of an if, but if Tyrod's healthy, I mean, I think he's a better backup.
Oh no, it's only Justin Fields and Tyrod Taylor.
Oh, there's no 3.
I feel like they're gonna, because Tyrod Taylor's questionable. I feel like they're gonna have to bring in a third.
But I think because it's not a long-term injury, they're probably not going to bring in anybody that's
Zach Wilson
established.
Imagine bring him back.
But but what I don't know. I feel like I had a lot of optimism Jets wise, going into this year. I've always liked Justin Fields, but then is he what I'm just talking about? Where it's like with Zach Wilson and Jameis Winston, like, oh yeah, no, he's going to be really good, but every time he's out there, he's not. I mean, it seemed like the preseason was a little discouraging. I mean, how did you look at it?
I would like to see him kind of progress as a quarterback. I don't want him yes, I get he's a running quarterback, but I want to see him start to look downfield more, kind of get, use the weapons that the Jets have been investing in with getting Garrett Wilson and really start to utilize
Mason
them.
Taylor.
He could be good.
End, fantasy draft.
Stone Smart.
You drafted him. Nice.
You did?
I did.
It's good.
Like last round, probably, right?
Yeah, last round or second to last round.
Good pick.
Yeah, no, I was pretty excited about that, dude.
But yeah, overall, I'm optimistic. It's how you got to be as a Jets fan. You can't expect too much, but
no,
I'm definitely optimistic.
I think we're gonna be better than Giants.
I think so. I would take a 7-8 or 7-9, 7-10 season.
10, yeah.
7-10, dude.
But what about you, Tony? After going to practice, what type of team do you think? I know a practice isn't going to show the whole story or preseason.
It's going to be a rushing season.
Yeah, probably. I mean, listen, I was
breaking records.
There was going to practice was fun. Seeing Aaron Glenn just command the field, dude.
Yeah.
Just walking around, hands behind his back, just
no water,
dude. Yeah, fucking. He clearly has the right, culture, discipline all laid down there. We talked a lot about their new OC, whose name I always forget. But in any case, I mean, the creativity in offense, you saw that during practice. And yeah, I mean, it's cool to see Justin Fields just taking off out of nowhere for 35 yards. That's awesome. I will say though, for me personally, I feel super worried. And maybe that's just because I listen to a lot of New York sports radio, and everyone says how underwhelming Justin Fields is through the air and how like, they're not going to be that great. And is Wilson going to be happy? And there's a lot of question marks when it comes to this entire team and even some of the offensive line. And it's just like, oh man, it just makes you feel like not confident, like you're like it's not going to be a 7-10.
And I would the line, how did that look at practice?
They had some good pieces.
I guess okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know how live these guys are going, but I mean, there were a few times where Justin Fields would have been sacked.
Okay. Because obviously they've invested in that line.
The
tackles the last 2 years. Who's the rookie tackle? Is he starting at right tackle?
Olu Fashanu.
Fashanu starting at right, and then who's wait, but wasn't he the pick last year?
Yeah,
he was.
This year?
Was it Membu?
Membu. Okay, Membu at right, and then Fashanu at left.
Right.
And then you have
first pick
Barrett Tucker healthy.
Yes, he's healthy.
Left guard?
Right guard.
Right guard. Okay.
And then John Simpson,
the former Raven, and then
Joe Tippmann.
At center.
Right.
But I mean, you would think that the line would be better because I feel like the last couple of years, right, they haven't really ran the ball that great.
No. I mean,
not as great as we thought. We thought Breece Hall was going to run for 1,500 yards last year.
Yeah,
that did not happen.
I mean, at Breece Hall's rookie year, he was killing it. Dude.
Yeah,
he got hurt like week 7 or something, but he had something crazy like 1,200 yards.
It just seems like it's been a while though where we've seen it where they're rushing for 150 yards a game, that type of thing. So they have a chance there if the line plays well. The defense everyone has felt has been underwhelming the last couple of years. Do you think that we're finally gonna see them take the next step?
Yeah, I think Sauce is gonna really step it up this year. I want to see he's got to start picking off people. He's got it's great. He's great defense. There's no he's not getting targeted at all. People are afraid of him, which is good. But I want to start seeing some production out of him. And then we got Michael Carter still.
Tony
Adams. Sauce, right corner, Brandon Stevens. I don't even know who that is.
You think
Michael Carter,
big year for Quinnen and Jermaine Johnson and
Quincy.
No, but who's the guy? He was the first round. Is it McDougal? Who's the
Will McDonald?
McDonald. Yeah, he had a breakout year last year.
Yeah, he did.
And is Johnson started? Yeah, it looks like Johnson is healthy, right? Because he's coming off that ACL.
Yes.
Jermaine Johnson?
Yes, Jermaine Johnson is starting.
Yeah. This is Matthew Ryan again.
No, I don't know.
Or is it the
I don't see Jermaine Johnson.
Jermaine Johnson third on the depth chart.
Yeah. Josh B, by the way, adds we do still have Michael Carter Jr.
You do.
Second.
Yeah. I saw him down there on the depth chart.
So yeah, I mean it's gonna be interesting.
What's NB?
Right? Yeah. What does NB mean?
NB.
That's the position. The position is NB.
Mike back.
N is in Nancy.
Nickelback. Oh, Nickelback. Yeah. That makes sense. Mike back.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be interesting to see if Fields. We haven't seen him take that step forward. Those tight throws. Let's see. What he can do. We know the legs are going to be there. What's the arm going to look like? I do see though we did have a bunch of comments to catch up on here.
Oh, you think so? No, yeah,
right?
we do. We have Ernie talking, going back to the trade, obviously, for Mr. Parsons. He says, is it a fair deal? Yes, but for the Packers, everyone is so young that they don't have any money tied up and don't have the expectation to pay anyone big money. Jacob, Jordan, and Micah are paid. The rest are built with a good price. He says we needed a name on defense to go with Gary Van Ness, McDuffie, Quay Walker, and our solid secondary. If you take an overall look at our defense, now it's going to be real good.
100%.
LMAO, 1,000%, dude. And then he was talking mad shit. Packers went to Dallas that year and took their heart and Parsons.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
Yeah, I'll never. That was like one of those games where I remember where I was because I couldn't believe it was.
I was on the beach in Cabo and I just could not believe it. It was because it's just Dallas looked great that year. And
unbelievable.
Was that the year that Bland had all those pick sixes and I think he set the record? I'm pretty sure.
I think so. I think you're right.
Nance
yeah.
with the call.
Talking about it.
Yeah.
Brian was on the beach in Cabo. I was on my couch in Bridgeport.
Oh man! Everybody loves a hearty laugh.
Matthew Ryan says Jerry Jones is a bum, dude.
Got that right, Matthew.
And then Donna Lee in the house says, good morning, all. Happy, safe weekend with the champagne emoji. Labor Day, the drinking.
Donna Lee, we love you.
Safe.
We hope you have a great weekend.
Beer in the baseball bat.
Bronx 718 says, let's go Yankees.
Let's go Yanks.
And then Basement Guy Talking Sports says, let's go Royals.
I said no one, right? No, I'm just kidding. Thanks for having you. Thanks for having you. It's nice to have you with us.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for coming. Brian's still in Cabo right now.
Still in Cabo. Oh man, there was one. Oh yeah, I know what I was gonna say. And I feel like I've mentioned this before, but I don't know. I was just getting this hint from everybody with the TCA yesterday. And I don't know if it's because you got some people that maybe are a little older than me and they just remember those days of the 90s. But it seems like there's just such disdain for Dallas. And I just, being a Jets fan, I never really had that. And then, when I grew up, really, I mean, Dallas sucked. Recently they've got back to at least making the playoffs and stuff, but just curious, do you guys feel like that at all? For me, it's I don't have any disdain at all for Dallas. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like growing up, obviously you do get the older people that have witnessed I guess Dallas being good, and that's probably why they don't like that.
You weren't even alive.
No, I wasn't even alive yet, but I'm just talking maybe more so for the Josh
right. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, for me, I grew up in a Giants household. Right.
Okay. So that is a little different.
So that's why I got a lot of Cowboy hate around there. Yeah. And I also feel I don't know, maybe even just growing up in New York too, nobody liked Tony Romo.
No, everybody
made fun of Tony Romo.
See, I never, I don't know. I never was like that.
Even his transition to being an announcer, everyone when that happened, everyone even kind of doubled down. On making fun of Tony Romo.
But you feel this way about Dallas?
I mean, I think it's where we grew up, in the tri-state area, everyone, a bunch of Giants fans, and
but,
they're in the same division. And then you got the people who live in New York,
right,
who are Cowboys fans. Why is that, dude?
Because they're front runners from the 80s.
Yeah, dude,
I'm not gonna lie, though. I'm not gonna lie. I always liked the Cowboys more than the Giants. I always thought the Giants fans were really annoying. Now they've been a laughing stock for so long, I don't care. But I used to really just think it was so annoying. You know what my thing was? And maybe I just didn't respect the fact that the defense was good and they did just enough on offense. But my whole thing was always Eli Manning just didn't impress me. And I thought, despite winning those 2 Super Bowls, the numbers, the eye test, it just those runs, great. Everything else, was he great? It just didn't feel like that to me. It felt like those runs were aided by the pass rush.
Oh yeah, defense wins championships,
bro. Brian.
Michael Strahan was on that team,
dude.
Justin Tuck, OC Umenyiora.
Yeah, Umenyiora, dude. That's right.
Yeah.
Wasn't JPP? No. Who was the cornerback?
Well, JPP was on the second one.
He was on the second one.
The Twins.
The Twins.
The Twins.
Yeah, Barber.
Oh, it was only
Tiki,
one.
Tiki was on for the first one, right?
He wasn't. He retired right before it.
Oh,
Brandon Jacobs, but then also Derek
Ward.
Brandon Jacobs in the heyday, bro.
Bradshaw was
Kevin
sick too.
Boss.
Plaxico Burress.
See, that's one thing where I say it. I feel like that's where Eli was at his best.
That was a team.
And then
that was a squad.
I don't know. He never had that rapport with the receiver he did with Burris.
The Tyree catch.
And they were really good the following year. I guess it was in 2009. And then he got the whole shooting incident or whatever, gunfire.
He shot himself in the foot at a club, dude, because he had his gun in his pants.
And then he comes back, plays for the Jets. Obviously, he was a little
shell
of himself at that point.
The Jets love doing that.
But yeah, I don't know. And even now, I guess, like I said, I've kind of let it go with the Giants fan. But even yesterday, when I'm talking to that, and you had to take Johnny saying that they're going to be better than the Cowboys, I just feel like it's are your eyes open? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have pieces. And then he was saying oh, Schottenheimer's terrible coach. But it's so what is Brian Dable?
Yeah, no, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, I think there's a lot of things to be positive for the Giants. Honestly, I almost feel like coming out of training camps, the Giants may have a better record than the Jets.
But I think because of the schedule, I don't think so. I think
the Giants have a much easier
hardest schedule in the league.
They have the hardest schedule in the league?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And I just think, you know what I mean? And it's okay, Dart hasn't played a snap. I know you're excited about him. Abdul Carter seems like he's going to be a menace. We like Neighbors, of course.
Obviously, Thibodeau. Yep.
Thibodeau, but he's okay. But then it's like I don't know what they really have at running back. I know everybody loved Bo Scatterborough, but it's like I think what was he 4th, 5th round pick for a reason. Yeah. So I just think they need way more help. Like it's just they're not gonna be a good team. And I question too if Dable's gonna stick around. Man, I guess it just depends. And I also think John Mara, as much as like Woody obviously is like the worst owner in the league, Jay. Mm-hmm. John Mara though it kind of is a joke as well though. Yeah, I mean it's been a problem for a while. Must be something in the water.
That's what I was just thinking, dude. So, there's something wrong with New York and New York's media. And
are you gonna go to any games this year?
Yes, I have to.
Anything planned or
nothing planned yet?
Half circled.
Yes, half circled.
Which game are you thinking?
I definitely want to try to go Jets Patriots. In MetLife. That's always a good time.
Isn't Vrabel such a rat?
Dude, I feel like the Patriots are going to be kind of sneaky good this year.
No, but I'm saying like because I just think back to him catching those touchdowns in the Super Bowl. It just his demeanor on the sideline. Like he kind of has that demeanor like he's Vince Lombardi.
Yeah.
And it's dude, like, are you serious?
Like he's like already won a bunch of Super Bowls.
Yeah. Who's this, Tony?
That's you.
Who's this, Brian? Who's this, Brian?
But yeah, Cowboys, Eagles, less than a week away.
I don't know. Maybe I might go.
More fantasy drafts coming as
well.
Might
go visit my dad in Miami. That'd be fun.
Oh wow!
See the Dolphins?
I want to go to that stadium. I've been to Miami like once, and I saw it from the outside. It looks sick. But yeah, one more comment here before we move to baseball. What do we got?
Basement guy comes in here and says, everyone knows that they go to Dallas to watch the Cheerleaders versus the Town and Jerry Jones. LOL. Jerry Jones has tanked this team. 52.5 sacks since entering the league in 2021, but glad they paid Dak trash money, he says. Coming in hot.
Actually, one more thing here, because I don't know. Maybe I'm feeling like I'm on Zach Wilson Island right now.
Oh, boy.
But what's your guys' predictions here for Dallas, record-wise?
I mean, let me take a look at their schedule, I guess. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like they would be hovering somewhere around
6-11.
The Giants, yeah, like 7, 8 wins, dude.
6-11.
6-11 for Jay. Give me something exact, Tony. Not a roundabout figure here.
All right. Hold on.
Hold on
now. All right.
Hold on. Let me look at the depth charts and every specific matchup, the metrics,
schedules,
Mike
dude.
Florio.
I mean, you gotta know the schedule, dude. I mean,
obviously, you're gonna say Eagles lost, but you never know.
All right. I'd say you never know, but I would still mark it as an
divisional game. I think they're gonna beat the Giants. I'm sorry. I think Giants fans I think they're just a little too excited.
I think was that week 5? Maybe. They're losing the Packers week 4, almost definitely. Like, just book that.
Nico
you might as well.
7 or 9
sacks. So yeah, dude, I kind of like that. I'd say 7 wins this season.
7? Okay.
7 wins.
I'm gonna say flip that.
Really?
Like egg flips. 10-7.
10-7.
Yeah, I think everybody's overlooking. You have a quarterback and 2 Pro Bowl receivers. Mm-hmm. You're gonna be like, you're gonna have a good offense. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, but I mean, defense, think about
man,
last season. Were they such a disappointment though? They were such a disappointment last season.
Yeah, but
especially after
hurt,
right.
There was injuries.
Well, that's what I mean, dude. And that always happens. It always happens.
Well, not always happens.
How many times has Dak been injured?
I think twice. And I mean, he's been around for what, 8 years?
Yeah, but we're talking like break your ankle out for the rest of the season.
But I mean, how many times
forget
has it happened
about it,
2
dude.
years in a row?
Like Cooper Rush,
0.
Dude. Is he still their backup?
No, I don't know where he is, but he's not there.
But Andy Dalton in there.
I don't know. That's just kind of my thought. And I know it's not you guys, but I just think everybody, because like they want Dallas to be terrible. That's why they're saying
11 wins is a lot.
That's just personally what I think. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, football pumped, and hopefully the Jets give us something to look forward to this year.
Hell yeah.
But let's go now to the world of Major League Baseball.
It's deep to left. It's 700. Albert Pujols.
Yep, what a play. Stop it. Yep.
And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game. Out of sight. And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Too deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
And let's get to the couple comments first, Tony. Just before we get started here.
Yo, you were ripping this guy yesterday.
Oh, dude.
We can talk about that for a second.
He's back,
he
bro.
says, finally, something me and Brian can agree on. Let's go Giants, he says.
That's facetious, I guess. He must like the Giants. Because you must have heard me say that I always thought like the fans were.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it must be. And he says, good morning, everyone.
And then what else did we get here? 0-18.
Good morning.
0-18 for a basement guy here.
Mm-hmm.
He says, Dak is good regular season games. He will choke in the postseason. And I mean, I think we've seen that a lot. So.
But yeah, that was definitely a interesting call yesterday. What was your take on it, Jay? Because I heard you just say that you heard it.
Dude, did
you hear the whole thing? Or
yeah, I was watching yesterday. Yeah. When he called in, I thought you were honestly being kind of mean.
Really?
Yeah, dude. You wouldn't let him get his word out.
I feel like he definitely said some things, and I mean, did you not at least see what I was saying? Where he
no, I totally understand.
DeGrom and Harvey.
Yes,
that's crazy.
I totally understand where you're coming from. But yeah, I thought it was. You were roasting him again. You were roasting him, and I think it's great.
And you know what, Jay? It almost reminded me of you, to be honest.
Yeah, I know you said that. You said that. Is this Jay with a voice scrambler?
No. Just because, like, I understand it. I'll be like straightforward here. Like, if it was the other way around, and I like the Mets, I would feel the same way. But I just think overall, for Mets fans, there's this anxiousness to be looked at as a better franchise than the Yankees.
It's the little brother syndrome.
Yeah, like you can't help it. So. That's what it just felt like. So let's see what the prospects, look like. I mean, sure, you're excited about a ranking, but like these guys have to come up and perform.
We just swept the Phillies. He's probably feeling himself a little bit.
And then if that conversation was today, it might be a different story. Also, it was crazy yesterday. Hot Take Johnny, like already giving like McClain the Cy Young, talking about how he has the best vertical drop on his curveball and stuff. And listen, McClain's look great.
Dude, he looks
but I just
so
think
solid.
It's one of those things where let's see what the rest of it looks like. But awesome start. I just know
he's 3-0.
We've seen people start like that and then not be able to follow through with it. But it's a good sign. It's what you want. Of course it's what you want.
No, of course. I mean, I don't think, I mean, I feel like a big point why people are hyped up about him because the Mets have never seen someone start like this. Like it's first time history of the organization.
The Yankees parallels
3-0. Like it's never happened before in the Mets organization. You're talking about this guy who's breaking records doing things that only Tom Seaver has done. For the Mets. So it is really crazy to see. But yeah, I mean, I'm not handing this guy a Cy Young by any means. But I mean, it is you can't really compare it. Did
you see the
that
pitches,
the Mets have seen, dude? Yeah.
Did you see the pitch highlights?
Yeah, but like I said, but I've seen pitch highlights. I've seen, like I'm trying to think back to Mark Pryor is an example as well. Like we've seen guys come up. So I'm not saying that he's not going to be good, but I'm just saying to like Hot Take Johnny saying like, oh yeah, he could be our ace. Like game one start, and I'm just like, dude, like you got
let it play out.
You got it. That's all.
Yes.
Yesterday on the diamond, as the title says here, Yankees pounding the White Sox 10-4. And we saw Will Warren
10-4.
Despite giving up a grand slam to tie the game.
Kind of crazy.
Which was in the
second inning.
He picks up his eighth win. And it was unearned due to a Volpe error, a career high 18 errors for Anthony Volpe this year.
Let's go.
But he did snap that 1-for-38 streak. So Warren, 5 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, no earned though, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts, and obviously the 1 homer allowed. But the pitching, after that was pretty stout. I think Warren allowed 2 hits, and then the bullpen gave you 4 shutout innings, and you struck out 7, and you didn't issue a walk. So that's how you close the game. Great to have Fernando Cruz back. You talk about drop and movement. How about his splitter? That thing is unbelievable. So that's a big piece the Yankees were missing. And they had, I think, the worst bullpen ERA in the league from when he got hurt. Now he's back. Seems like things are turning around. Speaking of turning around, Luke Weaver off of that injured list stint, struggled a little bit, but he's dialed in. He struck out 2 over a scoreless inning. And Devin Williams, I think it's like over his last 7 1/3 innings, has 18 strikeouts, struck out the side last night. So they've been using him in those lower leverage situations. It's been working great. So hopefully Boone doesn't get tempted to put him in more high leverage situations. Obviously, the last one we saw against the Rays last week, it almost ended the game, and he was able to come through. But I just think you don't want to push it with him. And then because you're up 6 runs, Mark Leiter Jr. Was able to close out that game. So that was it from the pitching perspective. A lot to like there, and a lot to like from the offensive perspective. Cody Bellinger with another huge game. He had a 2-run home run in the first, and also ended up having a double. What inning was that? Or I guess it doesn't say on here. But anyway, he almost hit a second home run as well. But overall for the game, Bellinger 3 for 4, 2 RBI. So you love what he's been bringing to the table all season long, hitting .283, slugging .511 with a .336 on base. That's about as good as you could have hoped out of Cody Bellinger.
Mm-hmm.
Jazz also has been hot recently.
High.
Maybe high, probably high, definitely high, but his 26 home run, a career high, swagging it there in the second inning. I know everyone got robbed for that. And then speaking of hot, and by the way, too, Jazz yesterday, 2 for 4, also had his
didn't he have a homer?
He had a homer, his 26, but his 24th stolen base. And Ben Rice has been unbelievable. Again, getting the start at catcher. Seems like they're listening to me finally here. Yep. 2 for 5. Love his at bats. I mean, he's one of those guys you look at and you really expect big things out of him for years to come. So you love to see that out of Ben Rice. That was a single in the second.
Mm-hmm.
And after the White Sox tie the game in the second with that grand slam. You get 2 back in the 5th inning on a Judge infield single and a Jazz sac fly. So good situational hitting there. And then Anthony Volpe, we mentioned snapping that 1 for 38, 2 hits, reached on an error, and also had a sac fly. So finally, showing some good fundamentals despite that error. So that made it 7-4. Trent Grisham has been unbelievable this year. He hits what was his 27th home run of the season. Way more production than they ever could have imagined as he continues to break his career high in homers. And then Goldschmidt with a sac fly made it 10-4. So it's a game that not only, you win 10-4, you have 12 hits, your bullpen
this is a
game. Great, and, it's your 5th straight win. And, listen, I mean, obviously you're going to point to the White Sox. I mean, they're not exactly the who's who here. But you have to take care of business because you have a lot of tough matchups coming up. So it feels like the Yankees are doing that because in years past, we've seen them struggle and even lose a series to Chicago. Might even have been last season, lose a game to the Rockies earlier this year. But you think about recently, you swept St. Louis on the road, you swept Washington at home, and you're looking to sweep Chicago on the road. So this is what you need. It might be a season high, if I'm not mistaken, 14 games over 500. And with the Blue Jays not playing yesterday, you're a solid 4 games back there in the division. So definitely have a chance here with about a month to go. So everything lined up other than the Red Sox continuing to win and sweeping the Orioles yesterday. So you're a half game behind them, but definitely have some solid footing here and look to take another game tonight. You're going to get Carlos Rodon versus former Yankee Yondris Gomez. I believe that's another 7:40 game. So look to just continue the hot hitting and keep it going. But obviously it feels good. And you also, have the best record, the past 2 weeks in the major league. So that's what you want to see, because you got that big Houston series coming up next week. So, obviously we're looking forward to that, but we got to take care of business right now. And that's what they're doing. So you love to see that. And we'll see what Rodon and the offense can do tonight. Obviously, a lot of momentum yesterday, for the Mets, that sweep of Philadelphia, and unfortunately stubbing their toe there, 7-4, losing at Citi Field yesterday. What happened there, fellas?
Yeah, dude. I mean, a lot of bad fundamental baseball, really. I mean,
I've stayed in California.
No, honestly, I think that really is
go
what
home.
Should have
go
happened.
Back, Brian.
Go back. But in any case, dude, I mean, yeah, the 7-4 loss. I mean, I know you may look at it and think, wow, 4 runs. Mets could have scored more than that. But I mean, I don't know. There was a couple of things obviously went wrong. One of which was Clay Holmes' start, which obviously wasn't anything great. Obviously coming off of the start that you had from McLean. No McLean, dude, in the house. Unfortunately, you get the Clay Holmes, and I mean, I don't know. I mean, not for nothing. It's just maybe just Miami was smart about it, but it just seemed like any time, right? So like Clay Holmes, obviously the ground ball pitcher, always looking for those ground outs, looking for the specifically ground outs for double plays and stuff. But it's like anytime Miami had a hitter on, they steal second immediately. And it's like, sometimes, it worked. Sometimes it got thrown out. But for the most part, it did work because Miami has a young, speedy lineup. So, I mean, they were stealing second. So, obviously, double play ball is gone. And then what? And then Clay Holmes is still pitching for ground outs. So then you ground out, move the runner to the third. All of a sudden, you're starting your inning out with 1 out and a runner on third, So it's just like, it just seems like that the entire time the Mets had to kind of like start at that point in any inning on defense, So I don't know. It just, for me, it's just, I think the Clay Holmes shtick is getting kind of tired. And I know you look at his numbers, his ERA isn't terrible.
Just trending in the wrong direction.
It's trending in the wrong direction. And the only reason why it's still low is because you take him out before he fucking blows up, because he's only going 4 2/3 or 5 1/3, like he gets taken out of the game before any more damage could be done. So I don't know, dude. I mean, listen, I mean, he wasn't the complete, I guess, thorn in the Mets side yesterday. The defense was. I mean, there was easy outs that Clay Holmes could have had.
Errors.
Errors in the field. I mean, an error by Clay Holmes actually, because even though you can kind of blame Alonso too, because he, for some reason, whenever he has to toss the first base with the pitcher running over to cover, it's always a fucking problem.
Mental. And
it's not even that it's always bad, but it's just always. Like, it just can't fucking be perfect. Mm-hmm. And he does do different shit every time. I notice this. He'll
go underhand, he'll go overhand.
Underhand, he'll go overhand. He'll kind of right foot, he'll kind of lob it and try to lead. Or sometimes he'll be down on one knee and try to fucking sidearm it. And it's like, dude, like, are you not practicing this, first of all? But I will say,
the Mets have had a problem going to first base.
Yeah, dude. What the fuck, man?
It's been a theme this season.
It's so annoying because there's really no reason for that to be a problem. That's like a problem you see in Little League.
Yes.
Okay, dude.
The Little League World Series.
Exactly, dude. All right.
Fairfield.
Blew it.
Constellation
champs, dude. Blew it. But in any case, I will say, I don't know if you saw the play, Brian, but it was Clay Holmes' fault because he was running the cover first, and it hit like his glove, like right here.
Not looking?
I guess. I mean, again, I will say it's like Alonso's throw was too much of a lead.
Okay.
So Clay Holmes did have to kind of stretch and grab it. So that's probably why, but it still hit him in the fucking glove, like right in the middle of the glove, like where you want it.
But does stuff like that, and I know you're saying it more on, more on Alonso, you're saying, or no, on this?
On the throw?
Or just on the play?
Honestly, I would probably say it's like 70-30 Clay Holmes.
Okay. But just, it seems like obviously he's involved in some of these things. Like,
exactly.
Stuff
That's the problem.
This, like if he's going to come back to the Mets this year, I mean, do you want him to be a DH, or you feel like, long term, or at least for the next few years, you still want him at first base?
I mean, I still want him at first base, and I would think that this is an easy problem to solve.
Fix, yeah.
Like, it's not hard. It's an easy toss to first base.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's like maybe he was Clay Holmes runs slower than other. It doesn't matter. Like, you should be able to make this play. Like, and again, like it should be something that could be fixed. Like what are we working on at practice?
But you know what it is? I think a lot of times, like that type of stuff, they practice spring training and then they don't practice the whole season.
Yeah. No, you're probably not wrong.
No.
But obviously, like, it's something that needs to be addressed, dealt with here, because that problem cannot continue. And honestly, I don't know, like Alonso has made great plays at first, like diving catches. Like, he's got a good eye sometimes, where even double play scenarios where he does end up, get the runner at second first, and then they go back for first. Like, he makes good decisions in the field, but it's just for some reason that toss to first base when the pitcher goes to cover just eludes him. And it is really annoying. And then you had a little bit of an error in the outfield by Nimmo too, bobbled the ball. A runner could have ended up being held up at third because he bobbles the ball in left. The throw doesn't make it. The runner goes. They score because of that. And then all of a sudden the fourth inning became like a 3-run inning.
Third inning.
Yeah. Became like a 3-run inning on errors. Again, like you're looking at Clay Holmes's line, 5 innings, 2 earned runs, even though when he left, it was 4-2 because those 2 earned runs, there were 2 unearned runs by him, so things that were beyond his control, which is tough. So I don't know, man. It seemed like nothing was going right at all. at that point for the Mets. And that was not for nothing on the cusp of giving up a run in the first inning. And then you get, the Nimmo with the RBI double. In the third, you had Alonso's big home run to make it 5-5.
Tied it up.
Or make it 4-4, to tie it up. And it just felt like that, this is the pace here.
Yeah.
It's 4-4 right now. We're going to tag on a few more in the latter part of the game. And then everyone else is going to close out. It's going to be fine. But obviously some bad defense, kind of hindered that. And then, on top of that, Stanek didn't look great at first. He walks his first 2 batters, gets out of the inning. But then obviously Soto comes in and he gets an out, but, gives up 3 runs. Again, errors in the field. Those are 3 unearned runs. So it's like, it's kind of crazy, dude. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't say never, but it's been a while since we've seen a loss like this. I think the first time since April or beginning of June, I think they have 3 errors in a game. So, it's obviously tough to watch, tough to see in a game where you want to obviously win. It's Miami.
Yeah.
They're down in the dumps. Obviously, especially again,
games back
over the, I don't know if the players were looking at this too. Maybe that's why there were some nerves going on, but constantly in the broadcast, they're talking about the Phillies broadcast.
Yeah.
Kyle Schwarber,
4 home runs,
dude. They're pounding the Braves.
When they made the errors, I know it's not funny. It's obviously your type, but because I feel like I've heard him do this before. Did Keith do like the I'm not imitating it right, but
Keith wasn't on the call.
Oh, okay. Who
Ron
was it?
And
Gary,
Cohen.
just them two. Okay,
Yeah.
no, but you know what I'm talking
I know.
about.
Yeah.
What is it?
No.
Oh no, that can't happen.
I mean, come on. I mean,
it's all the time.
It is kind of funny. It is kind of
You
funny
can't
when he
have
does
that happen.
that.
No, it is.
Yes,
He's
exactly.
right away. He's like, oh God, So it's again tough loss, but listen, you still you get win the next 3 games. Is what
No,
you're
you
at
definitely
right now.
can.
Let's just go one game at a time.
It is interesting, but you've always said it, Tony. Like the divisional games, I think it's a 4-3 season series right now.
Yeah.
So these games have been, they've been back and forth.
They have been back and forth, and again, I mean, Miami's a team where you can look at that. I guess they could be a good team in the future. They do have a lot of young talent.
Good bad team if there's such a thing.
Yes, you could say that, dude. It's tough. Miami is never really able to build. You think about Stanton, you think about Jazz, Ozuna as well. Yeah, I mean, these guys end up getting traded, so it should be interesting to see what Miami looks like in 3 seasons. Because they do have good hitters. Everyone is like 22 years old, 25 years old.
No, but dude, they have the 14th ranked farm system, so they're actually going to be light years ahead of the Mets because of the prospect ranking.
Is there system?
No, I'm just kidding. But they probably. I don't know what their prospects.
I mean, they're probably all playing. That's probably why their farm system isn't.
But speaking of that, there was a couple comments in here, kind of a Josh Beat chirp, and I would love. By the way, before we get to these comments, I would love just one time my good friend Josh B just one time to really act like he's a Yankee fan. That's all. I would love to see that. Honestly, it would make my day. But continue.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Uncuffed did mention if I call again, just let me explain my point I was trying to make yesterday. Which I still don't know why. And because I don't think he started out talking about the farms. I don't think.
No, he just said about like better positioned. But listen, obviously anybody can call the show anytime. I think the thing that got me uncuffed is the fact that like all you're saying here is because of the prospect rankings that came out that the Mets are better set up, and then to cite the examples of 2 pitchers, one who hasn't pitched for the team in 10 years, and then the other who left 5 years ago, it just wasn't the best example. And I know you're excited about McLean and Tong's debut tonight, great, but the examples just weren't good, and it just came off to me as, oh, I'm so anxious to be a better franchise than the Yankees. So just because of this prospect rankings, I'm going to like gloat about it. And it just like, it just seemed a little ridiculous. That's all. But like I said, anybody can call anytime.
Josh says, I don't think you will.
Speaking of the Met fan,
the
Josh
chirping,
P.
dude. And then Uncuffed to say horrible defense by the Mets. Absolutely didn't need to lose. Uncuffed says, I don't think so either, Josh. On the morning walk, though, anyways, listening to y'all,
we appreciate the support. And no, I'm serious though. I'm serious.
Yeah, I'm serious too.
It just, I have a thing. I just don't have the tolerance because I have to hear it all the time, and it's really like just taking over New York sports radio. It's tough. It's tough to listen to because it's all it is like, to me anyway, it feels like, sure, there's complaining about the Mets, but it's just the Mets like in this certain light. And then it feels like for the Yankees, all it is just complaining by Yankee fans. And then like people trying to rip on the Yankees that are Mets fans or fans of other teams. And it's just not a fun listen, and it just seems like these program directors, and I did get some inside information that they are pushing, the Mets narrative, and I just think it's just sometimes
the Mets. What are you talking about?
No, I can talk to you guys off air about it. No, I'm serious. I heard it directly from a host, so you guys could think I'm kidding.
Talking about wait, the big media is pushing the Mets narrative.
The radio station, not the big media, but the radio station.
That's big media.
Yeah, well, yeah, ESPN.
Is
media,
radio
right?
big media at this point? I don't know.
Well, no, but like
if
you're saying like ESPN, the Fan, like that's big media.
Yeah.
That's
so
funny,
it's
Brian.
just, and it's like I said, I just think we're
really
forgotten about
like,
and I just think it's like there's two things. Like it's like, of course, as a Yankee fan, it's unacceptable. I could have never imagined, especially getting to the doorstep of the World Series back in 2017, to not win since then, or only get back once and not play well in the World Series last year. But like, we're still a storied franchise, a premier franchise. So it would be nice if our own fans could still act like that, including Josh. Love you, buddy, but it's just like, come on, man.
I don't know. I feel like all the Bronx Yankee fans definitely make up for Josh B.
I swear,
all the New Jersey Shore Yankee fans.
Because I listen to.
Come on, man. You ever been to DJ's on a Friday night?
But I listen to a ton of local radio, and I listened to more years ago, but I still listen to a lot now. And I want to say positive to negative Yankee callers, I would say maybe 10% positive, 5% positive. I mean, it's just like, what are we doing, guys? And I always say, too, if you don't want to be a Yankee fan, don't be a Yankee fan. Nobody's holding your feet to the fire, making you watch games, making you go to games. Then don't watch. Don't be a fan. Like, if it makes you so unhappy and you think it's doomsday, do something else then. It would be nice to feel like your fellow fans, are dedicated and aren't going to just get down because of things not going our way, or we can't be the general manager. That's what it feels like a lot. So that's just my 2 cents there. But we do have a few more comments here.
Yeah. I'm trying to get Matt in here. Says, Morno bros, dude. Good morning. And he says, damn, really calling Josh out.
All in good fun, Matt. All in good fun.
Josh B.
Good to hear from Matt, though.
Fun, dude. He says, ahoy, Josh bruh. And then Ernie comes and says, Josh just pessimistic. No matter the team, LMAO, he can be a Chiefs fan and still feel unsatisfied. And he says, Josh says, it's not true. The Yankees in the 90s, 2000s. How could I be pessimistic? Stop. He's laughing. And then Matt says you can be a fan and acknowledge the team is not run well.
I think, though, like it's two separate things. And like what you said, yes, the team could be run better, but it just feels like the way that – and first, let me just say, all of our resources, our history, everything should be in order. We shouldn't be doing bonehead things like playing Anthony Volpe all these times and Austin Wells. I know we retreat for that, but it just seems like, it takes a little extra time, or going for secondary options, being a little cheap. All that stuff is true. But at the same time, I mean, we're still one of the best organizations in the league. Record-wise, I wouldn't be surprised if we have probably the most wins since we've, last won the World Series. So it's not good enough for me. I'm not saying that, but it's just the tone, and whether the callers, whether the people in the TCA, just any fellow Yankee fans, the tone from a lot of people, though, just makes it feel like we're never going to win again. We have no shot this year, wasting our time, getting our hopes up. That stuff, I don't know. It just gets monotonous for me. And I just feel like there's just so much complaining. And I'm just somebody, I don't like negativity. And it's like, I just say, save the negativity for the offseason. And if we're buried in the standings, long shot to make the wild card, perfectly understand. I mean, not making the playoffs, having a lose record, that's not acceptable as a Yankee fan. But we're going to be right in the thick of it. We're going to have our opportunity. And yes, I know it's frustrating. We haven't beaten Boston. We haven't beaten Toronto. We haven't played well against Houston or Detroit. But we're going to have chances to play those teams. So it's like, can we just see it out, or do we have to do the eulogy right now? It just seems like it's always the eulogy right away. Oh, it's not enough, and scoffing about wins against teams that aren't that good. And it's just like, I'm going to enjoy every win. And I enjoy this season more than anything. So I just feel like to just get so downtrodden over things we don't like, I don't know. It just, to me, it seems monotonous, and it's like we hear the same things all the time. The fundamentals, Cashman, Boone. I agree with all of it, but to just constantly talk about those things and not look at any positives on the team, I don't know. I don't agree with that.
I mean, do you think though it makes you like less of a fan though? I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I think though
it's opposite of what a fan should be. The fan should be full support.
Yeah, man. And it just like
unconditionally.
Yeah, but I mean, like you're saying though, like the fact that you're still starting Volpe out there, that after all these years you still have Cashman, you still have Boone. I mean, like how could you slight a fan of the Yankees to be like, hey, like this fucking sucks?
You know what the problem is?
I don't want these guys to be winning. I want these guys gone, right? So if you want Aaron Boone gone, if you want Brian Cashman gone, do they not have to like do bad? Like there's no way they're making the playoffs. Like Boone and Cashman are still going to be here. Volpe is going to be your starting shortstop next year. Like,
but we're the Yankees. We're not going to be like bad. What actually bad is, Tony, maybe bad for us, but what actually is bad? No, we're going to be over 500, and most likely we're going to be in the playoffs. And my point is, I feel like, I just feel like there's just so many fans. It's just like it's every day of the week and twice on Sunday, the same complaints over and over and over and over again. And it's like, we get it, but like, can we just react to each game individually instead of just everything is negative? Like this 5-game winning streak. Oh, it's against the Nationals, against the White Sox. I enjoy winning. Okay. I don't enjoy complaining. So when we're winning, I'm going to be happy. And it's like, also the last time I checked, it's like, you don't get more points for beating certain teams. You want to win as many games in the regular season as possible.
The quality of the win doesn't matter.
That's it. And it's like, oh, the half game that we gained on Toronto last night. Oh, no, that didn't count because it was against the White Sox. Like, it's like at this point in the season, like, it's like, I know for us to feel good, yes, beating these quality teams would be great. End of the day, it's just winning as many games as possible. It doesn't matter who you win. You're just trying to position yourself the best for the playoffs. And it's just like, I don't know. I think people just, that gets lost. And I understand, yes, struggling against good teams in the regular season makes it feel like it's less likely in the postseason that you're going to break through, but the chance is still there. And that's what makes sports great. That's it.
Donna agrees with you here. Says, I so agree with you, Barnes. Everyone needs to shut the F up.
Thank you, Donna. It's nice to finally.
But then, what are we going to talk about on sports radio?
But we could talk about, you could talk about both things. That's the point, Jay. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It just, I swear. But besides Donna, Ernie, I like a lot of things that he says, but just everybody else, it's just a constant complaint, and it's just like, I don't know. It's not. To me, that's not the type of atmosphere you want. Like, it's like, and especially because, like I said, it's my favorite time of the year. And it's like, yes, going into the postseason, am I saying I'm confident that we're going to win the World Series? Absolutely not. But also, am I really excited to just be in the playoffs and have a chance to? Yeah. And it just feels like everybody makes me feel like I need to be so nervous, so negative, and just expect nothing. And it's just like, I don't know. I can't live like that. I just can't.
Uncuffed though in here, and Uncuffed, I'd welcome him to honestly call in because this seems like a lot, to be honest. But what I was trying to say, Brian, is that the Yankees can't sustain this success in the next 2 years because of the CBA issues that are going to happen after the 2026 season. After that season, you can book it that Major League Baseball is going to have a lockout and have a lot of owners want a salary cap.
But even if that's the case, everybody's going to be in the same boat, and I don't think they're going to agree to a salary cap. I think it's going to be salary floor. And the Yankees have always shown us, as much as qualms as even me myself, there's a lot of stuff that frustrates me with the Yankees. Like, let's not get this twisted. But they've always shown us they're putting a competitive team on the field, and I understand. Like I said, do I enjoy like when the Mets are bad? I'm not going to lie. Like, it's like it just seems like, I don't know. That's what I'm used to growing up, and it's like. It's just annoying too, because then it's just more of the chirping from the Mets fan. Absolutely. So I know like that's what Uncuff wants to see. I don't blame him, but I'm saying it's a little short-sighted. The Yankees have shown us for years and years and years, they're not going anywhere. And it might not be that, we're going to win 5 titles in 6 years or win 3 championships in a row, go to 4 World Series in a row, but we're going to be in the conversation. So it's just like, it's ridiculous to think that like we're gonna just fall off the cliff just because McLean has some drop on his curveball.
McLean,
whatever.
Is it really McLean?
That's what they say.
It's spelled McLean.
It is spelled McLean. I'm pretty sure we do have Uncuffed on the line here. Actually, hold on, stand by, dude. I think there's a little snag in the audio here. Stand by.
Little snafu.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes, dude, like this Bluetooth doesn't really talk very well. Like, I don't know if it's like an Apple thing or if this is like a Rodecaster thing, but sometimes you gotta like unhook it and then you gotta rehook it up. And then
should I call back?
Oh no, you should call
good?
back because we're good. We're good, dude.
Hey, how you guys doing this morning, man?
What's going on, man?
We're doing very well on this Friday. Let's go, dude. Big Friday.
Welcome back.
Brian, I don't want you to hyperventilate, man. I just want to prove my point for 2 minutes. That's all I need. 2 minutes, bro.
2 minutes.
I promise you two things. You're gonna have those 2 minutes, but also, unfortunately for you, the point's not gonna be proven. But go ahead.
Oh my God, bro, give me 2 minutes.
I said, go ahead. Go ahead. Go. Clock's going. Go. Come on. Michael Bunkton's on hold. Come on.
All right, Brian. Listen, check this out. So I've been studying this for a while, and I know that, the owners, how many owners it takes to ratify a new CBA? It's 23 owners, right? So I've been doing a lot of research on this. I've been jumping from like sports channels to sports channels. A lot of owners, they want, I heard you say the salary floor. A lot of them want the salary cap. And that might be an issue, not only for your Yankees, but for me, because it's going to, prevent us from spending even more. Like next year is going to be the final year where every team can spend whatever they want. And this CBA is going to be so bad. I mean, they're talking about like it's going to be locked out for like up to a year, which I find that that's nonsense, right? So my point that I was trying to make is that in order for you to combat that, you need to have a top tier farm system where you could be able to control the assets you have for a long period of time, whether the CBA changes or not. And so that's what I was saying. Even though, yeah, the Mets are always going to Met, right? I mean, they've been doing it ever since the inception of the freaking team. I mean, come on. But what I'm trying to say is that, Steve Cohen, for the most part, he's been doing a really good job. And one of the biggest things that I've wanted as a Mets fan is to improve the farm system. I mean, we've never had a really good farm system. I mean, we've been getting lucky with the pitchers that we've been brought up. That's why I brought up the, like people like, Jacob deGrom and Matt Harvey. I mean, the Mets got really lucky with those people, right? So they do bring us some prospects. I'm saying is that when you go from the lower pack to the middle pack to the top tier pack, like the Mets have done in a span of 5 years since Steve Cohen's taken over, that's really good. But that's also preparing them for the CBA. But with the Yankees, what I was trying to say is that the Yankees are kind of going reverse because they're going that old school way. And that's Brian Cashman, right? Brian Cashman, all he likes to do is make one trade a year for a superstar, which is fine. That's fine. You know what I mean? But he also likes to overpay. And you see Kyle Schwarber, right? Kyle Schwarber hit 4 home runs, 9 RBIs. The Yankees are going to get him next year. I don't care what anybody says, bro.
One thing I promise you, they will not sign Kyle Schwarber. But continue.
Yeah. So, I mean, either way, what's going to happen is that there's a lot of debt on the books with the Yankees, and with the CBA, that might hurt them in the future because they don't have the farm system to develop. And that's the point that I was trying to make. That's why I'm saying that the Yankees should consider a rebuild in 2 years, because I just don't see the success with them because they have a lot of issues. You're talking about defensively, they have a lot of issues. They're playing 2 catchers. You know what I mean? Like you understand that there's issues, right? So that's what I was trying to say. I'm not trying to say that we're better than you. I'm just saying that for the long-term plan, we have more of a plan than I think the Yankees do. That was my point.
Yeah, and you know what it is? I just don't see that at all. I think you're just going by the prospect rankings, which is fine. And you talk about you studying the CBA, but I also study the Yankees farm system, and I think it actually was underrated. I know we traded a lot of guys at the deadline, and then you're saying make one trade a year. I mean, I think we made 5 at the deadline. So we are active, and we do have some guys to look forward to. And I also don't think there is going to be a salary cap. Maybe they increase luxury tax penalties, fine. And you're talking about a team like the Yankees, who hasn't had a losing season in 33 years. They're not rebuilding, So I said, I think a lot of this is your excitement for the Mets, which is great. I'm excited for the Yankees. I just spent 5 minutes talking about how I hate how negative my fellow Yankee fans are, but that's fine. But I just think you're just excited for the Yankee downfall, and you're looking at that and being excited about Cohen. He has money, plan this and that. But also, I mean, let's talk about some of the things that he has done. By this time now, he was talking to a World Series. Obviously, that hasn't happened. And then you're talking about GMs. What Stearns did with the rotation in this offseason. I mean, I could have seen that from a mile coming. And you want to talk about bad contracts, Frankie Montas, Clay Holmes as your opening day starter, Senga as your ace in the playoffs. I mean, he hasn't shown to be healthy. So it's not like, I know you're excited, but it's not the way you're painting it is that the Mets are the next Dodgers, and they very well could be in the future, but in no way is that set and then the Yankees are going to rebuild. And I think yesterday you were talking about Rodon being a bad contract. Rodon has actually been one of the best starters in the American League over the past 2 years. And I can understand as a Mets fan, you probably don't watch many Yankee games, but he's been great this year. So, it's just the way you're painting it. It just, like I said, it just comes off as you're excited for the Yankee downfall, and that's fine. I enjoy the Mets downfall, but it also isn't true. And I can admit the Mets, since Cohen took over, yes, they are a better run franchise. There is more optimism, hope, but they haven't taken that leap over the Yankees, and they're not going to in the 2 years that you laid out. And stuff could happen that could change that. But right now, I mentioned yesterday, they're kind of in a similar situation. And I mean, the season series was tied. And listen, I can't fault you for saying, okay, we play in the World Series, we'll win. That's fine. I think it's very even. Of course, I would say I like the matchup. Let's go. But yeah, I just think what you've done is taking yourself from a laughingstock franchise and put yourself in the thick of things. But there's a lot more that needs to be done before it can be the way that you're talking about.
Right. Yeah. But you see, for example, you mentioned the Dodgers, right? Do you know how the Dodgers, they actually got really good? They were actually owned at one point by Major League Baseball. You guys do remember that, right? And then the Magic Johnson group, they ended up buying the Dodgers. I don't know if you remember that many years ago, right? And what was one of the first things they did? They ended up going to Boston, right? Trading for Adrian Gonzalez, Paul Crawford, Josh Beckett. They ended up trading for a bunch of contracts, right? So just to make them relevant, I guess, to a certain degree. And it took them so many years to build up that farm system. And now when you look at the Dodgers, I mean, all they had to do is call a free agent and be like, hey, you're going to get paid till you're 90 years old because we're going to defer all your contracts. Okay, that's really good. That's awesome. I'll sign up with the Dodgers. I mean, we're better than playing for LA. The weather's good. You get to, do 420 all you want. I mean, just
well, you can do that here now.
Cody Bellinger.
Right, Jim?
Yeah, right. He just asked Cody Bellinger, right? Yeah. He enjoyed his time out there. And he's enjoying his time with the Yankees. But my point is that the Mets are going in the same way. My whole thing is that if you say that I want the Yankees to crash, in a sense I do.
In a sense?
I mean, part of the reason, well, I mean, because
no, listen. Hold on. It's been 10 minutes.
Yes,
okay,
yes,
so
I'm
gonna take back over here, man. I know what you're trying to get at. It's not there. I'm sorry. And it's like I said, it can happen, but it's not there. There's a lot of work to be done. Good luck. But I will certainly not be hesitating to say that, in your next 2 years, your next 5 years, next 10 years, give me the Yankees every day of the week. We're not going anywhere. I know you're excited, but I'm sorry to tell you, we're not going anywhere.
I'll be honest with you, bro. When Juan Soto signed, I was more excited that he came to the Mets because we took him away from the Yankees. I ain't gonna lie about that.
But you're proving what I'm saying, man. So you know what I mean?
That's what I was saying, right? Yeah. To a sense, I want it down
full circle.
And I think you have a duty as a Met fan here to make a better name for yourself, because I talk about this all the time.
Right.
You're
a better name for yourself.
But no,
the
I'm
narrative.
saying you guys are just too anxious.
The
just
media
celebrate when there's time to celebrate,
narrative.
but just you're not there yet. You're not there. You know it. You know you're not there.
Bro, but you know us New York fans, bro. Us New York fans, bro, we suffer from high blood pressure, man. I mean, dude, come on, man. They should get high blood pressure medication.
But listen,
come on, that's who we are, bro.
We also, and I don't mean to cut you off here, but we got to talk about a couple other things. Civil conversation. I let you talk, but like I said, it's
very
just,
nice, Brian.
You have to earn it. When you earn it, I'll be the first one to say it. But like I said, don't be expecting the Mets to leap over the Yankees, and I'll let you know when that happens. I might, be in a corpse when it does. If
You'll
it
never
does.
admit it, Brian.
But it's
what's your football team, Brian? What football team do you like? Because I said the Giants.
I like the Jets, but let me also finish here. While it would be great for the Jets to be good, I'm expecting them to be bad. So it's just I don't care at the end of the day. Like, it's like I will root for them, but they've been a failure pretty much my whole life, or since I guess Brett Favre got tugged off on a massage table.
He didn't do that, dude. He sent the dick pic.
But what I'm getting at is it's Yankees ahead of a mile of everything else. Love all sports, but it's all about the Yankees. And you will be. Well, I'm gonna just tell you one more thing. You will definitely be my first
on a massage table.
He did.
You will definitely be my first call from the Canyon of Heroes. I hope to meet you at the parade with the Yankees when they're 28th. I'm not saying when that's going to be. When they do, I would love to see you there. But we are up against it though.
Up against it.
But great call. And we appreciate you listening. We appreciate all of our listening. And it was no hard feelings. Like I said, it's just a thorn in my side. Just what I've seen over the last couple of years and doing this show every day and listening to the radio. It gets aggravating. That's all. But like I said, I know you're excited, but just be patient. That's all I would say. But good call. And we'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Yeah, before I go, I just want to let you know that I actually root for the Giants and the Jets.
Okay.
I'm one of those weird people.
That's fine. Let's go to New York. They share a stadium, for God's sakes.
Yeah, honestly.
All right, have a great weekend, dude.
Take care, man. You guys have a good one. All right.
Thanks, man.
Peace.
Uncuffed, dude.
And then we catch up on the comments. Or actually, no. I want the recap. Go ahead, Tony. You were gonna say something. Go ahead.
I think I'm not really sure where he was going with the Dodgers comparison, to be honest, because I don't see.
But dude, they got rid of Carl Crawford. Well, what contract are the Mets trading?
No, I see I understand what he's saying, where it's like maybe
Renee,
like now more so like the Mets are looking like more of a spot for free agents and stuff like that. But I mean, I don't think that any organization will have as much lore to it like LA does, to be honest. I mean, it is a big part because of the weather out there. Obviously, you think of all the Japanese players coming over.
2 championships in 5 years
to Japan, and obviously being successful. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, I understand the farm system and whatnot, but I mean, you think about their roster. It's like Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, like Ohtani.
It's a different animal.
And all these guys, like, they did go out and get. And I mean, I don't know. I don't study the CBA agreement. That's a little bit beyond my knowledge.
They're not going to do it, Cap. The players will never agree to that.
It's going to be pretty interesting, I guess, to see what happens. But I will say, I mean, I don't know. I think, and I know, again, I mean, we're all admitting this in terms of who we want to root for the demise of. But I think you are underselling the Mets a little bit, dude. I mean, I think, especially, I mean, like, I'm sure other Mets fans would agree. I mean, even though, yes, like Cohen did win a World Series by now. And yes, Stearns has made some mistakes, and arguably the pitchers he went with this season, you could have said, oh, like maybe that wasn't a good idea. But I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of things are right. I think that's a tough take because, I mean, I think everyone who said that was a bad idea this season said the same thing last season, and it did work out for the Mets. Like,
I think my point was Stearns, that you can only get away with that for so long. That's all.
Yes, but to sit here and be like, I could have said that was a bad idea. Well, if anyone could say that. But I mean, the fact of the matter was that Stearns was right with his idea last season,
and was terribly wrong this year.
I mean, I wouldn't say terribly
Holmes
wrong.
Holmes has been a disappointment. Montas has been terrible. Manaea has been a disappointment. I mean, those are all bad things.
I mean, again, like the Manaea injury, like what are you going to do about injuries? You can't do anything about injuries. Montas is really, in my opinion, the only really bad decision
Clay
he
Holmes
made.
Being a career reliever.
Clay Holmes, I mean, the idea of Clay Holmes was that you're going to use him as a starter now, come playoff time, later part of the season, you can throw him back into the bullpen. Obviously, like that time to put him in the bullpen never came because none of your pitchers got healthy enough to really consistently start. And again, I can't blame Stearns for injuries. Like he's not injuring these pitchers.
No.
But at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, he still has to go in the offseason and take a hard look at what his rotation is looking like. I mean, does he need to go out there with the Yankees and get 3 big contracts? Not necessarily. But I think I think a happy medium would be pretty solid. And it should be interesting to see, obviously what you have some of your younger pitchers do for the rest of this year. But in any case, I don't know. I'm pretty proud with where the Mets are at right now as a fan. I mean, the fact that you did make it to a championship series last season, I mean, that to me is pretty incredible.
But yes, but I think it's just like 2 things can be separate. Like I said, progress has been made. Great.
Progress has been made.
Uncuffed. Thank you. He says, appreciate the call, guys. Have a good weekend.
That's
very
awesome.
Generous last 2 days.
Very.
But my whole thing is the thing, and tell me I'm crazy, but the thing that pisses me off, and this was said last year, and it still feels like that tone is this year, like the Mets, better. But it's like, it just feels like the Mets are the team that made the World Series last year, not the Yankees. And it's just like, I don't know. I'm fatigued.
Well,
I'm worn out, and it's just very annoying.
Well, because it's going back to like everything you're saying really today was that like the Yankees are always hanging around. They're never going to not be there. The expectation is World Series or bust. So when you lose in the World Series, like it's not going to be talked about as something that's so high and mighty.
But how could it be high and mighty or not to make the World Series? Because that's the tone for again, Mets fans.
Because that's not what the Mets have. The Mets don't have this World Series or bust expectation. They have the expectation
that's what Cohen said.
They have
by now. Every
fucking owner is going to say that.
No,
but
not every owner says in the exact amount of years we're going to win World
How are you going to argue that there's not a difference in expectations for both these teams?
They have higher payroll.
Like Vegas has the Yankees a better odds.
But I'm saying the payroll is higher, so obviously the expectations are championship or bust.
I'm not talking about
but I'm saying, did Steve Cohen take over the team not to be championship or bust?
No,
you know that, Tony.
But you asked a question. I'm giving you an answer here. Like that's the reason why. Is because the Yankees have the expectation of making World Series or bust. That is their expectation. You say that every year. Like every Yankee fan says that.
Right,
that is your expectation.
The Mets' expectation, especially the last couple of years, especially after Soto.
I mean, the pressure is all-time high now. Yes. But you know what? You make the championship series last season. You had a great first half this year. I mean, they were answering that bell for the most part. I mean, and not to mention, like this is still Steve Cohen, who's a first-time team owner here. He doesn't have like decades of experience here. And obviously, I mean, at this point, like their stock is still rising. I mean, you're seeing this team. I mean, obviously, you don't
think the team looked better last year?
I don't know. I mean, it's really tough to say. Again, I mean, they're in almost the exact same position as they were this time last season. So it's like
in a slump.
Did they look better last year? Not necessarily.
But I think the slump was over by this time last year.
I would say come September is when like you started seeing a lot of this magic.
Yeah.
That the late night Mets were coming back, winning games, playing for the division, beating the Phillies, beating the Braves. Like this would be the time where it's like that. I was feeling the Mets were kind of taking off. Do I think the Mets were in a better position, maybe like pitching wise last season? Probably.
Maybe team chemistry too.
I don't know, dude.
Oh my God. I mean, that stuff was.
That was absolutely. I mean, was their lineup better last season? I don't know. I don't think so. Again, Iglesias was playing out of his shorts. Obviously Vientos out of his shorts. Obviously Vientos at this time was heating up and stuff like that, which he could be right now. But I don't know. I feel just as good. Maybe a little bit better last year, but it's kind of hard to I guess dictate that now because it already happened. You know, I mean, this time last year, I think I was just as anxious about like, are they even going to make the playoffs?
Exactly.
Deals, you know. So again, I think we're in the same
gotta
spot
believe,
now.
Tony.
But they also though didn't have that stretch where they lost 18.
They did not have that. Well, they also didn't have the first half stretch. But they had
the second.
half stretch.
They had the best record in the whole league.
In the whole league, second half.
So I'm saying it is different. It's not the same position as it was last year.
Well, I guess different route, but again, like they're kind of somewhat in the same spot they were last season. But again, I mean, I don't know. I think that they're CBA aside, whatever. I mean, thank you, Renee. I think the Mets are going to be a team to reckon with. I mean, upcoming seasons. And I mean, I think you could continue to see free agents go there. I think Stearns is not going to be hesitant to be spending a lot of money. And I mean, I don't know. I think last season, the taste of a championship series, I mean, I think he's, more so adamant about winning a World Series now more than ever. And I guess we'll see what happens.
Taking feet pictures?
Yeah.
No. And like I said, the franchise has improved. Nobody's saying that, but I just don't like the thought process that it's like, we're better positioned than anybody, and we're so much better off than the Yankees. And maybe you're not saying
I'm not saying
Tony,
that.
But Uncuff was definitely saying that. And it's like Dan Grasso was saying that. Salicata was saying that. And my head is going to explode if I hear it one more time. I just want to play the damn games, and I'm sick of the fucking negativity and all that shit, and just this Mets push, the mass media, Jay. I can't take it.
I can't wait to hear about this, by the way, after the show. Yes, I'm really curious.
If there's time, I might have to go right to the airport after this.
Big media.
But let's just do the comments and do the picks, and come on.
All right, so you want to comment? I would do comments here, dude. Matt says he lost me a Jets-Giants fan. Ooh. Let's be honest. It says we pooped the bed last year in the World Series. Big embarrassment. He says diarrhea. The NL is much tougher than last year. He says the NL is much tougher than last year. I guess so. That's interesting. Uncuffed, though, says one last thing before I go. I got tickets to see the Yankees versus the Astros here in Houston, going with a group of friends. I'm going to put my money on Mets on the Soto jersey. Should be a lot of fun. I would like to go to the Astro Stadium. What a fucking why am I blanking on the name?
No, it was Minute Maid, but they changed it.
Yeah, I know. Whatever they changed it to. I liked Minute Maid. That doesn't matter, though.
Listen, World Series was tough. Obviously, I was there for the first 3 games, Matt. But at the same time, I still just get the feeling, and maybe not from you specifically, Matt, but it's just like that we're just this big disaster. And maybe you want to compare that to the dynasty teams of the late 90s, early 2000s. Sure. And things need to be changed. Absolutely. But the fact is, we can win the World Series this year. It's up to the players. We have talented players. That's my point. And I just feel like there's just so much focus on Boone, on Cashman, on Volpe. How about the other guys on the team? I think we have one of the best offenses, one of the deepest lineups we've ever had. I love our bullpen. And despite not having Garrett Cole, I like where our rotation is at. So I think we have the pieces to compete. Sure, yes, you can point to how we've done against those teams. I understand that. But I still think it's a series. Anything can happen. And I'm excited about it. And I'm optimistic. And I do want to get the name of, I guess I could just look it up really quick, but he was saying it's not Minute Maid. Name of Astros Park is Dakin, right? Yeah, Dakin Park. Changed in early 2025. Did you update the picture, Mr.?
From yesterday? No, I have not, dude.
I guess just do it
real quick, dude. Yeah, do different time.
And you're batting lead off. 6-pack MLB pick segment. Let's
fucking go, dude.
Going back to Citi Field.
You know the deal,
it's
dude.
It's Tong Day.
It's King Tong Day over there at Citi Field, dude. I will say, I think Jonah Tong here coming in here. Obviously, we know one of the best pitchers out of the minor leagues. But I think the best thing he has going for him is the fact that yesterday Clay Holmes pitched. Because obviously Clay Holmes, the ground outs, the contact pitcher. Tong's to come in here with his fastball and with his curveball and with his slider and with his changeup and absolutely attack every batter. He's not looking for contact. He's looking for strikeouts. I'm telling you right now, Jonah Tong, I'm not giving this guy Cy Young. Doesn't matter. It's the Marlins. I don't care. He's pitching 5 scoreless innings tonight. All right? Ooh. That's a fact right there. You can book that, bet on it, whatever you want. Draft him, pick him up. Fantasy
Take the over,
team.
Tony.
Take the over. What is the over under at?
7.5.
7.5 seems low. I think by that 5th inning, the Mets have 5 runs scored.
Yes.
Okay, courtesy of Juan Soto. Alonso, 31st homer. Okay, back-to-back games.
Whoa.
Let's freaking go, dude.
Book it.
Bullpen maybe gives up a couple, but then again, Mets tack it on late. Maybe Nimmo, maybe Taylor. Who knows? Bottom half of the lineup. But final score, give me Mets. Give me the over. They're winning this game 8-3, baby. Let's go.
All right, so we go to the Windy City. And by the way, I do have Tong for a fantasy team, and I'm playing Kev Do. I was talking about that in the TCA chat. What the irony it will be. Anyway, we have Rodon, the former White Sox, matched up against Yondrys Gomez, the former Yankee. Rodon, I was speaking to, being an underrated starter last few years, 14-7, 3.24. So he's looked great this year. Yondrys Gomez, 3-1, 4.73. Yankees, as you would imagine, minus 225. White Sox plus 185. Nothing's different. From last night, sure, we have a better pitcher. But regardless of, whoever, you could have Paul Blackburn starting this game. You still need to dominate your opponent.
Paul Blackburn.
I think they will. Rare 0 for 4 from Stan. I don't know if he'll play, but if he does, I would say he has a big game, maybe 2 for 5, a homer, 5 RBIs. But even if he doesn't play, I think you'll see Judge go deep. And Ben Rice, he's been swinging a hot bat. Give him a homer as well. But I think this is like a 11-run, 15-hit game for the Yankees. Ooh. They feast off this type of pitching, especially a guy once in their organization. They know his tendencies, his weaknesses, all that. So give me the Yankees 11-4 here. So let's go Yankees in the over 6 in a row.
Yankees in the over 6 in a row. Remember that down. Sorry, dude. Yanks over. Got it. Bang, dude. I guess next game here. I mean, somebody said let's go Royals.
I was looking at that. Seth Lugo's pitching.
Against Chris Paddock.
Dude. Paddock 5-11 here with the Tigers. So obviously more losses than wins here. That's why I'm betting on the Royals. Over-under is 8.5. I probably would hammer the over as well. Maybe Seth Lugo, maybe twice through the lineup, first 4 innings. So kind of 3 up, 3 down scenarios. But that third time around, that 5th, that 6th inning gets into some trouble. Final line for him, maybe like 6 1/3, 4 earned runs, 3 earned runs. But I think Paddock here gets a little tattooed, too much for Detroit to come back from. So I say give me the Royals here. Give me the over. They're going to win, I'll say 6-3. Royals over.
All right. Thanks. All right. Number two here. I am going to go with the Milwaukee Brewers.
There we go.
So a little help here from the Brewers against the Blue Jays. Rogers Center. Blue Jays 44-22. Brewers 83-52. Freddie Peralta versus Shane Bieber could be a pitching matchup. Pitchers duel. So I'm going to say the under, but I am going to say Christian Yelich. I think it was his first 90 RBI season since 2019. Grand slam. I'm going to say 4th inning. Only offense for the Brewers. That's all they need. They win a tight one, 4-3 here. Brewers and the under.
Brewers and the under. All right, third game here. Last game Friday night, dude. I guess we'll be going to Fenway. Why not, dude? The Pac, Red Sox, 7:10 p.m. Total is 8.5 for your Paul Skeens pitching for the Pirates. 8-9 on the season. Obviously, no help from offense here. 2.07 ERA. I don't know much about Peyton Tolley, dude. You know anything about Peyton Tolley? Anyone? No, dude. 22-year-old out of Stillwater, Oklahoma. 6'6", 250, though. Big boy. Hey, now. Maybe was a college quarterback as well. Who knows? I say Tolley surprises the Pirates. However, Skeens, 8 innings, no earned runs. Pirates win this game 2-0. Pirates under.
All right. So we're gonna go third. Yeah. Oh no, what were you gonna say, Jeff?
I'm saying Peyton Tolley doesn't even have a picture up.
Oh, wow.
On ESPN.
First start career.
Third game, final game. The Phillies, I believe they dropped 19. I forgot to mention Schwarber with the 4 home runs last night. Little kind of taking their anger out on that Mets series, and the Braves continues here. Bryce Elder sucks, 5-9, 6-1-2. Ranger Suarez good, 10-6, 0-7. I don't think they put up 19, but they put up 9, and they win 9-2. So give me the Phillies and the over, and just like that, 6-pack MLB pick segment. Hirsch Law Firm. Let's get this 4-game sweep for the Yankees. Let's get the music back up, Tony. The grid. Kind of an interesting one here. The only one team, the 50 states, all of that. But if you want to start, once we have this up here, is it on the screen?
No, it will be in a second. Why? What do you got?
So I was going to say Michael Wacha for the Padres and the Rays.
Dude, I like that one.
So we'll get that up there in a second.
Bang. 0.5.
Love
dude.
that. Padres, only one team. Jake Cronenworth?
I like Cronenworth. 9. So we're getting there. White Sox only one team.
Ooh.
I mean,
White Sox only one team. Luis Robert?
Yeah, I was going to say Robert, right? I mean,
just trying to think if there's anybody.
What about like?
It's funny. There's not like a ton of guys. Damn, that's going to be.
What about like this season? Somebody young. I don't even know their roster that well. Dude.
No, me either, dude.
Let's do it.
Yeah. It's going to be too but
I didn't realize he was a junior. 35 dudes.
We're just getting to the air.
I mean, at this point, Brian.
Yeah, we might as well put in James Shields for 90.
For 90. It's Michael Buckta. He's happy for you, dude. Barnes, safe travels, Columbus today.
Thank you, Michael.
Vlad Guerrero.
For what?
Born outside
Toronto and born?
Yeah.
I feel like we got to do something.
Something better?
Yeah.
Jose Batista?
Something better than that. Think about the guys on the roster.
Where's Bo Bichette from?
No.
He feels like an American man.
He does kind of, yeah. Well, is Dante Bichette, his father.
Who have they? They've had a Japanese pitcher.
Kikuchi?
Yeah, do that one.
UC Kikuchi. 2%.
2%.
Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
The Rays, they've had some foreign player. Hideki Matsui.
Damn.
G-Man Choi would have been a good one, too. Hideki Matsui. Bang. 1%.
Only one team. 50.
Big Poppy.
Born outside.
No, he was on the Twins.
Oh.
Let me think. Hold on. Just trying to think about. Do Jason Dominguez.
Jason Dominguez. Oh, it's 2 S's for
Yes.
Jason. Jay, you start spelling your name like that. 0.8, dude. Padres T-Bay. Brad Ham was on Tampa Bay, right?
I don't know about that.
You mean White Sox Tampa Bay?
White Sox, Blue Jays, Edwin Encarnacion.
4%. Nice, dude.
Padres and Blue Jays. I feel like these two are kind of tough. No?
They are kind of tough, dude.
The White Sox. I know Shields, but there's got to be somebody else. It's just tough because Tampa doesn't get like a ton of.
I don't know much about Tampa, to be honest.
I mean, and then Blue Jays, San Diego. Thinking about pitchers, closers. Jeez, I don't know why this. I feel like it's just because these are teams like we're just not.
I'm trying to think, dude. White Sox. Tommy Pham, maybe? Tommy Pham was in the White Sox.
Yes.
And the Rays, too, right?
Yes,
he was in the
yes,
Rays.
yes.
He was and I'll fucking thank no one else,
and Josh
dude.
wants to do the San Diego Blue Jays, I'm guessing.
Josh B, you're live. What's up, buddy?
Josh B.
Hello?
Josh.
You.
Yo, I got to jump in real quick. The one and only Blue Jays Padres, Brad Hand.
Oh,
Brad Hand. It is Brad Hand. There we go, dude. I thought so.
There we go. What's the square? Probably
Good one, Josh.
90, but good one, Josh.
Good one, Josh.
58, dude. Good recovery, dude.
Yeah. Anything else you got other than let's go Yankees, Josh?
To you, no. No, I'm just joking.
To you. Oh, man.
No, I mean, look, man, at the end of the day, yeah, well, whatever. We're winning 5 in a row. We're beating Washington. We're beating Chicago. And that's all, it's in front of us. We should be beating those teams. I want to beat Boston. I want to beat Toronto. I want to beat Houston. Show me something against those teams before I start getting excited about anything.
Yeah. I mean, I guess just my point is, and I don't know if you've, I guess, but the way you say that, Josh, it just makes me feel like, what? No, let me just say it.
Go ahead.
It just makes you feel like you say, okay, so let's say we don't. Let's say we lose all those series, lose 2 out of 3, whatever, go 500 in that 12-game stretch. But you're telling me when the playoffs start, you're not going to be excited at all. Like, you're not even going to want to watch. You just expect you to lose, and you're just not going to watch.
Who said that I do that?
But you said for you to get excited. But are you not?
That I don't watch.
No. But I'm saying so. But
want them to win.
No, but okay. But you're not going to be excited for the playoffs, regardless of how we get there. It matters how we play.
Excited for the playoffs.
But that's what I'm saying. So then why? But why does this is why I get like it's not just you. Everybody does it in the chat. It's just like there's just such this like I don't know, just like negative tone. But it's like we're gonna be in the playoffs. So like. Can we not look forward to that? And can we not just win as many games as possible until we get there and that's it? And it doesn't like all the wins are equal. It doesn't matter who we get them against.
Yeah, we haven't won since 2009. I don't know how you're so confident and so optimistic.
But I'm not confident, but I'm just excited. That's what I'm saying. I want to get to the playoffs, and I want to win.
I'm excited. But now you sound like Brian Cashman. You're in the playoffs, and that's it. Now scratch you. It is
because it's my favorite time of year, and also, I mean, if we go back to 2008, there's been 4 seasons that we haven't been in the playoffs, and it's like it really made me appreciate the playoffs every single year. So I'm just going to be excited about it. I know we're not a perfect team at all, but I also know we still have a good enough team to go as far as we want to. So I mean, whether we've proved that or not, when the playoffs start, I mean, what matters is what we do then. So that's why it's just like no matter what, us being in the playoffs, I can't get too negative about it.
I mean, I'm not going to get negative about it, but I'm not going to be so gun ho that we're gonna dominate and
But I never said that. I never said we're gonna dominate. I said we have a chance. So let's go. All I need is a chance. That's all I'm saying.
I never said I don't get excited about watching the games. You said I don't get excited about watching the games.
Well, no, because you said no. But did you not say you need to beat those teams to get excited? So I mean, that felt like where you were getting.
To be excited about the team, yeah. About how how I'm going into the playoffs, yeah. But the playoffs are the playoffs. I'm a psycho during watching my team play in the playoffs.
And listen, it's not just me. Your good buddy, old friend, the great Erdendini said Josh is the worst fan. LMAO.
Wow, it's fucked up, dude.
says the Packer Laker Yankee fan.
Got him.
But also too, I guess one thing I'm just thinking, will you at least give me that? Let's say that 12 games against those teams, we go 500, but we win the division. Will that not get you excited?
Well, if we go 500 against those teams, we're not going to win the division. But if we do win the division, of course, I'm going to be excited.
That's not necessarily true, though, because we're only 4 games back. So in the other games, if we dominate those games, we could easily win the division, though,
You could easily lose those 500 games of losses. You could get swept by Toronto in those games. Then what?
Well, so really, it's not about the 12 games. It's the 6 games against Toronto and Boston, no?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Detroit and Houston, I mean, that's
and a division.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Wild card in the division. Like you're fighting with those 2 teams.
So
and you suck against those 2 teams this year.
Yeah, but I mean, let's see what happens. But all I'm saying is baseball season. I love it. Wouldn't trade it for anything. And there's nothing like the stretch run. So let's just make it happen. All right.
Amen.
But I guess I know we don't really usually talk to you about this, but we were going to mention on the way out. Any prediction for this OSU Texas game I'm going to be at? Arch Manning.
Yeah, is he starting? He got the starting job. I don't really keep up too much with it.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Arch gonna do some arching. He's gonna
what was that, dude?
Arch is arching.
He's arching.
Right. He's arching.
Arching his back.
Yeah, he's taking it up.
Let's see what happens, Josh. But yeah, thanks for the assist on the grid.
Josh B. arches his back.
We hope you have a great weekend, man. All right.
I was glad I was able to give you guys a hand.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Josh.
Dad joke on the way out, dude. Have a great Labor Day, Josh. Love you, dude. Peace.
Stay safe.
And then it was funny too. I'm looking at the comments here. Michael Bucker, by the way, on the Discord yesterday, having trouble coming up for air. Like,
really?
It's hilarious. Like JD's like talking about something, and every second, we've a Barnes, we've a Tommy. Like every second, it's like and then he's like, Michael, inside voice,
Michael. That's hilarious.
It seemed like towards the end he got the hang of it. Was on mute, a couple points here and there. Obviously, a lot of mouths to feed, a lot of people to talk. So
yeah, who are you around?
But he was like, but Ernie. But he says, "Hi, Josh. I was going off in the Discord chat yesterday, and speaking of, maybe not following instructions. He says, Josh, give me a shout out, please, and lay off that weed, Matt. No smoking. And he says, I love these guys. Tommy's a good greatness. Tommy's my new buddy. So clearly listening to JD there, coming up for air.
Oh boy.
But yeah, great stuff. I guess, Jay, we were gonna talk about this at the beginning, but we'll just talk about it now.
Yeah.
Any prediction here for Texas, for Arch Manning?
I like the Texas pick.
Number 1 team in the country.
Yeah.
I think road dog by like 1.5, which everyone's saying because of the home field being 2, that Vegas thinks Texas is a better team.
Yeah, no, I mean, Ohio State won last year. Is that right? Right. Coming off
they beat Texas in the semifinal and then beat Notre Dame in the title game.
Yep. So
that game was boring.
It was kind of boring, if I remember.
Not
right.
if you took Ohio State money line.
Oh yeah, true.
That's true.
That's what Tony. He needs a little.
Yeah, he needs some juice.
A little juice. That's what it is.
$5.
$5.
Get excited.
I was trying to be juiced up last year for the championship game. I tried.
I'm kind of thinking about going on the over. I know a lot of people talking about the Texas defense, 46.5. So, I mean, a win is 27-24. I mean, well, if it was up to you, would you take Texas or would you take the over?
Oh, either one. I would take Texas.
Interesting. Okay, so what's the score prediction here?
I think it's going to be Texas 24, Ohio State 20.
Okay, so
just under.
On the under.
Yes.
Obviously, I mean, Arch filled in a little bit last year, but he's a first-year starter, and so is Ohio State quarterback Julian Sayin, the Alabama transfer, 5th quarterback under Ryan Day to make his first start, joining Haskins, Justin Fields, C.J. Stroud, Kyle McCord. 4 previous, averaged almost 4,000 passing yards, 40 touchdowns, 6 picks, 68.9 completion percentage. So he's got some high expectations, but the earlier parts are good. Obviously, Jeremiah Smith was bottled up in that semifinal game against Texas last year, but one of the best receivers in the country. So that'll be a matchup to watch. And then also, what's Matt Patricia, the former Lions coach, Patriots defensive coordinator, what's he going to do with this defense? I just have a feeling it just feels like there's this general consensus, Texas, more talent. But everybody, first-year quarterback for Ohio State. And even though Arch has some experience, tough environment for him to be in, defending national champions.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of energy at the Horseshoe. So I'm going to go with Ohio State. I think it's going to be Ohio State in the over. I'm going to say overtime. We're going to see the Buckeyes prevail 38-31.
Bang.
So a shootout.
Holy smokes.
So I can't wait to be there tomorrow. And I know there's some other good college games as well. Anything else you had your eye on? I know Notre Dame, Miami rivalry renewed. I think that's Sunday night.
It's Sunday night.
I know Tommy is excited.
That looks like a fun game.
Fighting Irish.
I'm excited to see what Arizona State does.
Who are they playing?
They're playing against Northern Arizona, but Arizona State, they were pretty good last year. With Cam Scatterbo and everything.
Oh, right. They
had some close games.
They played Texas actually.
That's right. Didn't they beat them?
No.
Oh, they lost.
They got it close, but they didn't prevail.
That's right.
Alabama, Florida State,
Clemson, LSU.
Yeah, Clemson, LSU 9-4. Brian Kelly, Dabo. Yeah, I mean that's really the highlights. So
is Bama playing FSU? Is that what I saw?
They're playing Florida. No. Florida. No. What am I saying?
Florida State.
Florida State. Right. And then you got the Belichick debut on Monday as well versus TCU. So a lot of good college football. Obviously, NFL started on Thursday, so exciting time here.
Yeah, dude, football's back.
Football is back. But what a show! Great to have you back in studio, Jay.
Love being here.
Likewise.
And just a great show. Really appreciate a lot of interaction today. A lot of interaction all week. So really appreciate everybody who tuned in and continues to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives of the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay, and Costa and the merch at DowntimeTV.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games, and we will see you on Tuesday.
Let's go, Mets!
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.